These upcoming elections will see many new young politicians filled with determination to make a mark in their first elections as contenders.
Welcome to Voice of the Nation. There are more than 4 million first-time voters and many newcomers that are running for office. What are their campaigns? What are their hope and dreams? What do they hope to see for Thailand's future? Today we're going to go follow some of these candidates and see what they think, what they're doing, and how they're getting more awareness.
After working closely with the communities in Phuket for 3 years, newcomer Thames Greitot is running for office in the 2nd constituency with the Chhat Pathana Gla Party. He was a founding member of the Gla Party. It's orientation day for the Chhat Pathana Gla Party, with party members from all over the country traveling to Bangkok to take part in the party's policy session and unveiling of the Bangkok's MPs running for office.
Hi, so how was your meeting this morning?
It was very, very nice.
Campaigning in the streets of the Bang Khaen district in Bangkok is Bank Supanat Meen Chainan, from one of Bangkok's big-name political families whose uncle is a famous name with the Pheu Thai party. Supanat has chosen to run for office for the first time with the Move Forward party.
My name is Supnat Ming Chainan, and number 10, a candidate for a member of parliament for Bang Khaen Charutak Laksi for Move Forward Party. My politics sense that, the decision that I have to make that I have to join politics is based on the current situation that we are facing here and the failure of the management that the government brings to us. That is the key point that I would say my key turning point that why I joined politics.
How do you feel? You're going up against someone who's been in office for 5 times.
Right.
How does it feel going up against that?
Well, obviously it's not an easy task as I would say my result. What my competitor is a 5 times consecutive members of parliament, which probably maybe the hardest person that you can have in this election in Bangkok. But with the well reception that I have seen from the people that they want a new change and also they want new face to get in, I think they tired of all politics, which means all parties, all politicians. I think they get fed up with them. And then also during the time that I get into them, I reach them, I introduce myself, I give them I think I pour my heart to them. I show that I'm really passionate to get into this politics to help them, to bring change to them. And then they understand that. I think they well accepted it.
ได้ลำดับที่7นะครับลำดับที่7เลือกเทไปไม่สูญแน่นอนก็ขอขอบพระคุณทุกแรงกายแรงใจกำลังใจจากทุกพี่น้องทุกท่านก็จากนี้ไปนะครับเทมไกรทัศน์เขต2เบอร์7ครับขอบพระคุณครับ
I have seen Thai politics for the past, I've always been interested in politics, but I've seen how things been done in the past 20 years or 15 years, 20 years, and I just thought they need some fresh hands and fresh experience, or some new people to go in and pretty much shake things up a bit, and that's pretty much my main inspiration, where I thought I could do a little bit better than what has been done in the past. So I think that's the main inspiration.
With your 3 years working with the community, could you tell us more about that?
Well, I started 3 years ago with Pak Kla, which is a former form of this party before we worked together with Chat Patana and became Chat Patana Kla. So I kind of walked in having no knowledge of politics, and I just saw Kun Korn was going to go and set up this new party, and I just thought, oh, I want to help. I want to start a new party. I want to be part of a party where I can determine some of the policies. So, and that's why I stepped in 3 years ago. Unfortunately, the moment I stepped into politics, we were, especially Phuket, faced with COVID situation. 3 years ago, Phuket was the worst hit in terms of the outbreak. Was the first places that was shut down. In terms of tourism, which gone down to zero. It wasn't a great situation, but it was a good start point for me to prove myself that I'm going to run in politics, so that I can prove myself that I can help the people, I can make changes, and I have the very public-minded.
So, what changes do you hope to see or help make happen in these upcoming elections?
Well, fair politicians is something we lack. It's not. I know it's not easy for a politician to accept our opponent's rightness or whatever. So we got to have politicians that said what you're saying is right, and I agree with you, even though they're in the opposition or on the opposite side. And that's what the people want to see. Politician that actually accepts each other's facts. Because every time everyone's speaking their own facts, and that's not helping. So that's what I want to see, and that's what I want to be.
So why did you choose to run for office with the Chat Patana Party?
Well, as I started with this, I started with Kla Party. And I identified myself with Kla Party and the way things work. And by about last year, where we, worked together with Chat Patana, so, it's part of my party. It's part of something I helped set up, so I have to go with this party anyway.
The clock is ticking down to election day, and newcomer MPs are out on the streets introducing themselves and their policies to the public in hopes of winning hearts and votes.
I've seen a huge contrast between a fully functional democracy, which is in the UK where I studied from, and compared it to Thailand. I've seen a lack of equality, freedom of speech, and low quality of life. People, a low level of state role, and this really pushes me, drives me that I really want to get in to change here. And more importantly, I have to thanks the current government as well for me. They are making such a failure in management. That's why I'm almost like, oh, this is time for me to jump in, because things have been worsened since we compared to what we had. And if I'm elected, I think the first thing for Move Forward Party is to rewrite the constitution to dismiss all these senators. We want to ensure that the military is not getting to power. And there are so many things like we want to reallocate the land, we want to reform the education. There are so many problems here. And that's why there are so many things that is in our priority.
Why did you choose to run for office with the Cao Kai Party?
I believe in a social democratic way of how do we manage the country. And with Move Forward Party, they support equality, they support liberty, they support the freedom of speech and expression. The more important thing is that they support anti-competition action. So they don't want monopoly, they want to reform the military. All of this is important. I think it is very important for our country to go better, to go further. You're voting for me, based on my political stance, which is with Move Forward Party. We are believe in a social democratic way. How do we gonna govern the country? And secondly, you're voting for myself based on my intention, my educational background, my work experience, my experience in business. But I have to stress everyone that we should vote for the politician based on their political stance, because it should be their true intention into getting into politics. What is their actual standpoint? What is their belief? And then you can look on their personality, on their intention later on as an individual. But political stance is the most important thing here.
Changes do you hope to see or make happen in these upcoming elections?
First, I hope we have a fair election. And after the election, well, if we are if we get the majority vote of the people and become a government, then I hope we can bring change to the people. I hope we can solve the problem of the military, or we can solve the problem with the anti-competition action. Well, I have to say that the goals, there are many goals for the party. I can put it in three main goals. I can sum it up as a three main goals here. First, well, we want decentralization, which is we want every provinces to be able to elect their own governor, so they can operate individually and swiftly. And secondly, we want to demilitarization, which we want to downsizing the military. We want to prevent them getting into politics. This can be done through rewriting the constitution. And third, we want to demonetization. So we want to prevent any pollution action. We want to prevent any anti-competition action. We want to make sure that there is no merging of big firms in order to price breaking to people and then put a higher price on people. This is our main three core goals here.
Bank and Thames are new blood politicians who believe that the younger generation will play an important role in deciding the election outcome and the future of Thailand, meaning that the older generation in power may need to listen to the demands and opinions of fresh faces who could be leading the country soon.
So, what are your thoughts on the young generation and politics?
Well, for me, I think I have a big duty here. I have a duty to provide them a better society, better economy, and obviously a better political structure. Because I will be leaving them, I want to be leaving them a better future for them, a better society. I don't want them to grow up and see what we have been through. So for me, my passion is to provide better society and a better economy to the new generation. I hope I can be an honest politician and a respectful citizen.
Recently, we have seen a lot of younger generation more engaged in Thai politics. Unfortunately, we have also seen more extreme beliefs in politics, which is not helping. So my hopes, younger generations who are interested in politics, or even any generation, needs to be more informed about any information they take on. We are living in the social media age where everything is being shared so quickly, and people are not checking up on the facts. If the younger generation goes in, or some new faces goes in, it would shake things up a bit. We just need things done differently to get a better result. You know, we can't just expect the things being done the same way the last 20 years and expect great results.
The emergence of young, determined politicians in Thailand marks a turning point for the country's political landscape, breaking down age barriers and bringing new perspectives. These leaders are determined to create a better future for Thailand. With their passion and commitment to change, they offer hope for a brighter tomorrow. As they take on the challenges ahead, we can only wait and see the impact they will have on the country and its people. One thing is for sure, these young politicians have a bold vision for the future of Thailand, and they will stop at nothing to make it a reality.